It's Week 4 of the National Football League.
And coming up, we'll see the workhorse, Jonathan Taylor. He was unstoppable a week ago, a mountain of yards and a pair of touchdowns. It's the Commanders
and the Dolphins.
And it's coming up next on Madden NFL 23.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Washington Commanders and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team.
But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that.
On 1st and 10, McKay. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 12 yards on the gain, a great start for this offense.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Back to throw. McKay. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. They'll go Madison up the middle, and he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. To throw on 3rd down, McKay. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Mahomes now to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. And Mahomes opting to keep this one. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. From just shy of midfield, Mahomes. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. From the 35 on 2nd down, Mahomes. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Here's Mahomes to throw. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 16. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's another one complete to Mitchell. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. This is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Jonathan Taylor. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was all finished off by the Jonathan Taylor touchdown catch. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Past the 20 for a short gain, second down. Looking to throw on second down. McKay, he's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. From the gun on third down. McKay, he's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Oh, look at the juke. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. On second and inches, Mahomes. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Now Mahomes. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he's going to have a Commander's first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
On the handoff, Taylor. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. That's Mitchell. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
They'll run with Taylor. A beautiful fake. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness. One cut, and he goes. That's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jonathan Taylor with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Commanders have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They'll start on the ground with Madison. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. On 3rd and 2, McKay. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. McKay completes it to Vereen. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. On 2nd down, this is Madison. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Nothing the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Madison running left. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Here's Madison getting it again on 2nd. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. 1 yard is the gain. And the Dolphins are going to get a first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. To throw on 2nd down. McKay looking middle, and it's incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that drive is going pretty damn well. 3 previous times converted on 3rd down, but on that one, the defense rose up and said enough of that.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Up the middle, here's Taylor. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Now here's Mahomes. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Mahomes going to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Looking for the out route. He's got his man. It's Mitchell. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. 2nd down and goal. Mahomes caught on the slant. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Taylor will take this one in. Touchdown, Washington. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Carlson on for the PAT. And it is now 21-0.
We just got to get our tempo. That's the
A
only
pretty
way
long
we're gonna be
drive
able to
that
make
time.
plays.
11 plays all told. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fields it right around the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
From the gun on 3rd down. McKay had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Second down, another run with Taylor. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 56 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. On the draw is Taylor. Nifty move. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a give to Taylor. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now back to throw. He'll find Williams on the slant. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. This is to Pitts on the quick slant. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They'll run here with Taylor. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. And it's caught. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jonathan Taylor on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Commanders are able to add on to their first-half lead. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification. That's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. But you say 3 rushing touchdowns and, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And a route is on here in this first half. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Off the play fake. McCain. And he'll just get rid of it. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Again, he'll drop to throw. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And quickly they get to the line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They'll look to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100. He's been working well towards 100 here.
On 2nd and 10, Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
That pass caught. It's Williams. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. And again, it's Mahomes. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
With 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll begin with an always physical one in the NFC East. Heated rivals, Dallas and Philadelphia, at it again. And that one closing in on halftime with the Cowboys out on top. Garrett Wilson, a touchdown reception. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Derrick Henry, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Breece Hall with a touchdown run. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this 3rd quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about
it. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And some room to work. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 97 yards for him on the ground now and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. He's got it to Williams. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. On the handoff, this is Taylor. Oh, what a move. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Oh, Jonathan Taylor, like most guys from Wisconsin, he's not one to shy away from contact. He proved it right there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. They run once more with Taylor. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jonathan Taylor adding to his NFL record in touchdowns. And the Commanders are pouring it on. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. McKay. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They juked him. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after.
This was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was saved. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for the Commanders, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for Miami, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville.